in Fort William and I'm just about to start the Cape Rock through, which I'm very excited about. I've been wanting to do this trek for a long time. I took the night bus from London to Glasgow, then the train from Glasgow to Fort William this morning. And I got here around 12:30, but the ferry that brings me across is not going until 4:15, so I have to wait a little while before I can actually get started by starting to go on the ferry. I just took the ferry to cross the loch, so I'm now really ready to start walking the Cape Rock through. It's already 4:30, so I'm going to walk only maybe an hour and a half or something until I find a suitable spot to camp for the night. So just a short walk today. I'm a bit nervous, but in a good way. I'm very excited to start this trail for about 3 weeks probably. Following this road along the loch took me a bit longer than I expected. I think I've walked close to 2 hours, maybe a little less, but definitely longer than I expected. But that's okay, it's beautiful, it's so calm, there's no wind, so there's lots of bird sound, there's lovely smelling gorse all around. It's really stunning here already, and it's just like 2 hours into the walk. But I'm about to turn away from the loch into a glen, and there should be loads of good camp spots along the river there. So I think I'm just gonna pick, the first spots that I like. I'm just gonna pitch my tent there and settle in for the night. I found my camp spot for the night, so I'm gonna pitch my tent right next to my backpack there. I'm close to the river and the trail is just a little bit on the other side. And it's quite mossy here, but this particular area seems to be a bit drier, like it's more grass than moss. So I think this is gonna be a good spot. There's gonna be loads of river sound, but that was gonna happen today anyway, because this whole glen I'll be walking along this river, so any other place would have been just as loud. So I'm going to pitch my tent now. I think I walked around 2.5 hours in total, so about an hour more than I thought I would be, but I think this is going to be a really nice spot, so I'm just going to pitch my tent and get settled. My tent is pitched and I've unpacked all my things, so it's time to cook. It's going to be noodles today with some soya chunks. There's a few midges out, but not bad at all, so I think I should manage to cook and eat outside of my tent. I have food with me for about 7 days because I won't get to any shop before day 6 or 7, and there will be a campsite at day 4 and at day 6 or 7 where the shop is, somewhere around the same place. But other than that, it's a lot of carrying of food, and there's not going to be many campsites at all. I think, if I remember correctly, just 3, and I'll be on trail for about 20 days. Probably usually people take between 2 and 3 weeks, so I'm just going for the 3 weeks more or less. So it's going to be a lot of wild camping and a lot of food carrying in a very isolated part of the Scottish Highlands and then all the way to Cape Wrath. So this is going to be very exciting. I've wanted to do this trail for a long time, but I was always a bit wary because it's considered a very challenging route. Not so much because it's physically strenuous, but it's very remote. There's no way marking, so you really have to rely on your own navigation, and there's going to be loads of different sections where there's not even a clear path. So yeah, that's why it's considered quite challenging. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather is going to be like today. It was beautiful. Since I started walking, it's been no wind, pretty warm, not too warm, no rain, which is good. So fingers crossed that I'm gonna have good weather for these 3 weeks. But now I'm getting quite hungry, so I'm gonna cook my dinner. I slept pretty well for a first night in the tent. It is around 6:30 now, and I'm going to make myself a coffee, eat breakfast, and then start walking. I am all packed up and ready to go. I took about an hour to get ready, so it's 7:30, and the midges are starting to annoy me a little bit, so it's good timing to get going. The weather looks really great. Light clouds are rolling a little bit. It was more blue sky when I woke up, but again, there's no wind. It's pretty warm, so maybe I should have just put on a t-shirt actually. And yeah, if it's gonna stay like this, I hope it's gonna stay like this. It should be a brilliant day. I've walked for approximately 2 hours and I arrived at this bothy, which is private, so it's not open, but it's a good place to take a break, and so far it's been amazing. It's pretty warm, which I didn't expect, but that's great, and it's very quiet. When I left my camp about, I don't know, maybe less than 500 meters further along the river, there were 2 other tents there, and I think those were the people I saw around 9 p.m. Passing by my campsite. But other than that, I have not seen anyone here. I was the only one on the ferry to take, to start walking the Cape Wrath Trail, so I know I was the only one starting at that time. And I did meet someone else on the train who is going to start this morning, so take the ferry this morning. And yeah, I'm pretty curious to see how many people I'll meet along the way or see along the way. just climbed out of Kona Glen. It wasn't too long or too steep of a climb, but it's been a while since I climbed with a heavy backpack, so I felt very out of shape. But I'm sure it will come back along the trip, although, like I said before, it's not necessarily a very physically strenuous hike. It doesn't really go over tops of Monroes or anything. Now as well, I just went through like a shoulder in between two hilltops. Now I'm going to slowly make my way down here towards Glenfinnan, and somewhere around there probably I'll pitch for the night. I can see quite far, and I just spotted 4 people way ahead walking along the trail, so I know that there's at least 4 people in front of me today. But I'm just gonna sit here a little longer to have a break before I get going again. I just stopped for my lunch break, and this is such a lovely spot next to the river. It's only 1 o'clock, so I'm not gonna camp here, but this would be a really good camp spot, I think. And there are some signs that people have used it as such as well. I'm about 4 kilometers outside of Glenfinnan, which is kind of the general area where I wanted to stop for the night. I'm a little bit faster than I need to be, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to go into Glenfinnan, and then if the visitor center is open, or I think there should be like a drinks kiosk as well, so I'm going to take another break there, long break, see if I can spot the bridge, the famous bridge where the Hogwarts Express passes over, and then see from there what time it is, how long I took my breaks, how much further I will walk. But there's not much of a point in walking a lot more than I intended, because I want to stay at a campsite at the end of day 4, and there's no way I should try to get there tomorrow evening. So I mean, it would be nice to get there early on day 4, I guess, but yeah, there's no point really of rushing. So I'm going to try and take a good long break here now, and then take another break once I reach Glenfinnan. I arrived in Glenfinnan, and behind me is the famous viaduct where the Hogwarts Express goes. I think my route follows the very popular touristic path to go underneath the viaduct, but first I'm going to sit here a while, take a break, and just enjoy the scenery.
Go on, smoke. There we are. Smoking for you. Yes. No, it isn't stupid at all. I just had that feeling.
Attends, il y a personne là-bas?
I was getting a little worried about finding a good spot, not too late. I passed the, what's it called, Kuri Holly Bothy, and there were 5 people there. I don't know if they were all gonna camp near the bothy or sleep inside. One person definitely looked like he was gonna sleep inside, but I thought there would be plenty of other camp spots up along the river, but that was actually not really the case, because the water was quite far down, and yeah, I need to be near water because I need water to cook. But finally, just before really climbing more, I found this really nice green patch here next to the water. So that is where I'm going to camp, and it's really high time because I'm getting tired. I'm walking much more than I originally planned, but I think it's all gonna work out. I think I'm gonna have a really nice spot tomorrow, what I have in mind, and then the campsite the day after. But first I'm gonna put my backpack down because it's getting heavy, my shoulders are starting to hurt, and then set up my tent. I've sat here a while just enjoying the view. There's been loads of deer around, so that's been nice. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm going to make my dinner, which is couscous today. I'm pretty tired, so I'll probably not sit out too long, although it is really nice. It's still really warm, there's no midges at all, it's lovely weather. But yeah, first I'm going to cook and eat. It is another beautiful morning. I am boiling water to make some porridge and coffee for breakfast. And this valley is amazing. There's so many deer around, like yesterday evening and today morning. There's loads and loads of deer, which is just gives it a bit more beauty, I guess, to this area. And today shouldn't be such a long walk. I walked a lot yesterday. I think it was close to 30 kilometers, which is a bit much for day 2. But today it's gonna be shorter. I'm not sure how many kilometers, but my goal is to go to Sourley's Bothy, which is at a loch waterside, a sea loch, Loch Nevis, and that's supposed to be a really beautiful place for a camp, so that's the goal for today. Ready to go. I had my breakfast, I packed up. I was waiting a little while to see if the sun would come out from behind the hills, but it took too long, mainly because my tent is quite wet from condensation, so that's why I was hoping the sun could dry it out a little, but I got impatient, so I packed up my things and I'm ready to go. So I checked again and I'm probably going to go around 20 kilometers today to Sourley's, and there's Bothy there, and around the Bothy I should be able to find a spectacular campsite according to my guidebook. So I'm excited for the day again. It's so cool that the weather is just perfect, because that was my main worry, because you never know in Scotland with the rain and wind, but it's been perfect so far, so fingers crossed it's gonna keep up like this. Once I reached the bottom of the other glen, I took a break. I sat there for, I think I managed to sit for about 20 minutes, and I've just entered this beautiful woodlands. There's this bright green moss everywhere. so calm with just bird sounds. It's lovely. So I'm gonna kind of loop around in this woodland for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 kilometers I think. I didn't really count. And then it shouldn't be too much further to the bothy where I'm planning to camp. So it is close to 12 o'clock now I think. So maybe somewhere between 3 and 4 I would get there. Which would be nice, considering that today is a lovely day, so it would be good to have a long evening there, I guess. The building behind me is, I think, a bothy, Akui bothy I think it was called. I had planned to make a stop there, but it's kind of off route, which was not really that obvious on my map. So I'm gonna skip that, and I think once I get closer to the river again, not in too far, I think that will be a good stop for lunch. I'm starting to get a little hungry, but yeah, I can wait a little bit longer, I think. I arrived at the Sourleys bothy. There's quite a few people staying there. 6 people as far as I could tell, who may or may not all know each other. But I was gonna camp here anyway, so I think I'm gonna camp right where I'm seated now, close to the water. It's grassy and flat, so I think it should be fine, and there's no real sign that the tide is coming in this far, so I think it should be okay. And it's a beautiful spot, like the sun is shining here, there's view over this Loch Nevis, there's birds here just walking around. It's beautiful. Like, so far every single camp has been stunning. I really did underestimate this last section. I thought it was about 10 kilometers, so I thought, oh, maybe 2 hours, 2-3 hours. But it was very steep and very rugged, so it was hard going. And at some point I wasn't really sure about the route, because there was not really a path, only some sort of, I could see footprints very close to the water in a gorge, which was not the easiest going, and also I don't think it was the original route according to the map. But I managed to get down there, and now I'm just gonna relax and enjoy this beautiful evening at this beautiful spot. It is about 7 o'clock and I'm just making some coffee. I'm taking it a bit slow because the weather is quite different from yesterday. I mean, it's not raining now, it's just drizzling on and off. And today I'm only planning to go into Barrisdale, which is gonna be hopefully a short, easy day. It is about 9:45 and I'm ready to go. I've just made my way up and over that headland. So I think it's a lot nicer when the tide is out to walk around the headland. Going over the headland you don't really see too much of the loch. So I'm going to go down now, past this marsh area behind me, cross a bridge and then go through another glen. Was one terribly boggy section, but I made it through. It hasn't rained and it doesn't look like it's gonna rain anytime soon, so I'm gonna take off my jacket because it's gotten really warm and take a little 5-minute break before going a little bit up to go into the glen. It is 1 o'clock now and I should be taking a break, but some fog and drizzle is coming in, so I just want to push on. I followed this river from, well, actually almost the entire day so far. From right after that very boggy section I crossed the bridge, and since then I followed this river. But now I have to climb up somewhere, so hopefully there will be a clear trail where other people have gone up, because it's not too obvious. And I think once I reach that ridge, I'm thinking it should be easy going, but I may be confused and have one more climb to do. But let's hope the weather is not gonna really come in and that I'll reach Barrisdale soon. I was trying to find this place where to go up, I just couldn't see it. Only when I figured, oh, it must be somewhere there, I noticed these little piles of stones to indicate where to go up. I just didn't notice them before, but at least now I'm sure I'm on the right track. here, which felt like climbing a mountain, even though it's at 522 meters, so technically not even a mountain. But from here, hopefully it will be relatively easy going. It's just going down, down, down until I reach Barry Still, where the campsite is. I know I should be taking breaks, but I'm too, I don't know, impatient to get there. So I only took 2 short breaks, I think, yeah. And this is still gonna be an hour, 2 hours, depending on how rough the terrain is. I'm not sure whether it's easy or not. But yeah, it's a typical day 3, I guess, where my body is like, I'm not sure we want to do this much longer. But yeah, hopefully the campsite will be nice and I can take a shower. I really feel like a nice hot shower. So the campsite at Barrowsteel is not really a campsite per se, it's just a bothy and a green area to pitch a tent. They do have toilets but nothing else. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning now and I'm just making my breakfast. First stop is, I forgot the name, but at the end of this loch where there's like a tea room, and then once I get there I'll decide what to do next. I definitely don't want to go all the way to Shield Bridge today. I want to get there tomorrow relatively like early in the day, so I can just have one more relaxing day on a campsite, because I think from there on it's gonna be a bit more isolated. So yeah, and also I want the day after that I want to get a nice breakfast at the cafe I visited once before, just around Shield Bridge as well. So yeah, I guess it depends on how I feel, what the weather does, if I'm going to continue after the tea room for a little longer, or if the tea room area is going to be my final stop for the day. We will see. But first I'm going to have my breakfast. It's just past 8 and I'm ready to go. I'm all packed up. And I'm gonna look forward to walking along the loch and then have some good food that does not require just soaking it in water. The trail so far has been really nice, really lovely along this loch. It's going a bit like up and down and up and down, but nothing too bad, and it's not really rocky or climbing. It's relatively easy going for an up and down trail. But it's beautiful and it's so silent. There's bird song and the vegetation is really like different all the time. It's beautiful. And so far it started drizzling a little bit, but maybe only for a minute, so I only put on my bag rain cover. That's it, and it stopped raining now. It's lovely out. It's really, really good. I arrived at the tea room, but they're not opening for another hour at least, so that's a bit disappointing. I was really already thinking of all the different foods I could eat. But so I'm just gonna take a break here and then keep going. I don't know, we'll see how far I'm gonna go today. I may even try to get all the way to Shield Bridge, we'll see. Since I left that tea house that was closed, it's been raining, like not heavily but a steady drizzle, so I had to put on all my waterproofs. Now it's lightening up a little, so hopefully that was the end of the rain. And yeah, it's beautiful, it's very rugged, it's very isolated. I feel like I'm completely by myself around here. Finally behind me the campsite. I'm knackered. It's 6 o'clock and I've just been walking, no breaks since I just had half of a Snickers when I reached the top, or when I reached the top. So I can't wait to take off my boots and just lie down. Hopefully they have something to drink. I should really do better. I'm pretty sure I'm dehydrated. I didn't eat enough. I didn't take enough rest. Everything that you shouldn't be doing on a long trek. So yeah, I should do better the rest of the days. So once I got to the campsite, it was a bit tricky if I could even stay, because apparently they had a lot of walk-ins who were doing the Cape Wrath Trail. I was the 10th person to come in, and they always reserve a spot just for hikers, but 10 was more than they usually have apparently. Although I don't know where they have all come from, because I didn't see anyone all day yesterday, so maybe they're doing north to south, I'm not sure. Once I pitched my tent, I took a shower, which was really nice. I bought some soft drinks and crisps at the camping reception, and I just put my feet up for the rest of the night, which was good. It is about 9:30. I slept in because I want to go to a cafe that doesn't open until 10. So yeah, I'm just packing up my things and then heading out to have some really good breakfast, hopefully, to make up for what I missed at the tea room yesterday. Just as I'm about ready to go, it starts drizzling again, but it's already 10:20. So yeah, I don't want to wait any longer, and it doesn't look like it's gonna get really bad. So I've packed up my tent, my bag is ready, so I'm gonna go to get breakfast. I had my breakfast at the pit stop, which I've been before when I finished the Kintel Way. And so I had some vegan haggis on a bread roll, which was really good. Then I went to Kintel Crafts, just the building next to it, to get a bit more food and some chocolate bars. So I think I should be fine food-wise for the next couple of days. So now I can't avoid it any longer. I really have to get walking. amazing. Apparently the highest in the UK. I should have read my guidebook better, but it was a very, very tall waterfall. Going down was very treacherous. Lots of, especially in the beginning with the steep gorge on one side and very rocky and a bit of scrambling here and there. And then the paths kind of got less scary, but it remained very steep and rocky. But now I'm kind of in the glen, so at least for a little while it should be a little bit better, and then I should look at my map about what's next. But it's been beautiful today and the weather is pretty good. It's a bit windy and chilly, but no rain, so as long as there's no rain I'm happy. I was just planning to take a break here, so I checked the time and it's already 4:30. So I think I should instead be, I mean I'm still gonna take the break, but I should also be looking on the map of where I'm gonna stay for the night. So I'm not gonna go up to that bothy. That's gonna take me too long. So I'm gonna, just look at the map and find the nearest spot for a camp. I think I'm gonna pitch here for the night. It's not terribly flat, but I think it will be okay. There is a lot of sheep poo here, so hopefully it's not gonna be full of ticks, but we'll see. I've set up my tent and unpacked everything, so I'm gonna boil some water to make noodles. It's quite windy, so hopefully the water will boil. Because I don't have much to cover it or shelter it from the wind, but we'll see how it goes. Today was quite good. It was a nice day. It was because I started very late. It wasn't too long of a day, so I didn't get as far as I wanted to or as I planned to, but that's okay. I'm sure I'll manage to catch up tomorrow and still end up at that hotel. I forgot the name, but where usually they'll allow you to camp there, and then I can have a nice meal, dinner there. I'm already looking forward to it. My legs are not too tired today, but still nice to rest. I had a very restless night. I don't know why, I just couldn't stay asleep. It was quite cold, so maybe that's why I kept waking up. I'm not sure, but yeah, at least I don't feel really tired, but we'll see how the day goes. But the weather does look pretty good. There are some clouds, but also some blue patches. I want to go to that hotel pub place today, which is still quite a while. I counted it yesterday, somewhere between 20 and 25 kilometers, with one big climb and 2 small climbs. So yeah, let's hope it goes well. Since it's so cold now, I am going to make a coffee, have my breakfast, and then get going. It is near to 8 o'clock and I've packed up and I'm ready to go. I had crackers and cheese for breakfast today, which is the first time I did that, so let's see if that's gonna help with some extra energy instead of porridge. I just can't really eat porridge, I don't know. I'll probably just try and save my porridge for the last section where there's no shops for about a week to 9 days. Nothing else to do now but go walk first a little bit along an easy track and then climb up towards a bothy. I hadn't imagined the cold last night, because as I'm climbing I'm seeing that the mountains behind me, there's a light dusting of snow on the tops. So I'm glad I stayed where I did, because it was still quite low. Because as I'm climbing it's getting colder, and especially the wind is pretty icy cold. But since I've been climbing, my body heat has been warming me up enough. But it's beautiful here. I think I'm close to the first top, and then it's a while easy going, like relatively level going to the bothy. But even this climbing was steep sometimes, but quite easy going on a clear 4x4 track. So yeah, so far so good. This place is amazing. Like, once I got to the top, it's just been kind of slowly, steadily descending a little through this. I don't know if this is still also called a glen, but it's so quiet and it really feels isolated. And I saw two people who were walking towards me, so they also were doing or are doing the Cape Rock Trail just from north to south, and this was their 10th day. It sounds nice, 10ish, maybe a little bit more days before I reach Cape Rock. I think I should soon be able to see the bothy where I'll take my first drink of the day. The wind is still quite cold, but as long as I'm moving, I'm fine. This is by far the nicest bothy I've ever seen. It looks so clean and light. It's amazing. Here I would definitely consider spending the night. This is amazing. I've been climbing my way up from the track in the valley there, and there's no path here whatsoever. It's easy enough to navigate because there was a sign at the bottom to just follow the fence line, which is what I'm doing, but this whole no path thing is really, really tough. Small village in the valley behind me, so I'm guessing that's where I am going. So almost there. I arrived in the hotel. I'm in the bar now, and for £5 I can camp here as well, just across the road. And for 6 o'clock I have a dinner table booked, so that's perfect. It was very cold last night. According to my phone, weather app, it went to about 1 degree Celsius, so it felt like it was freezing. And when I woke up, it was still very, very cold. So I just went back to sleep, and I woke up again around 8:30. So now I've packed up all my things, and I am just sitting on a picnic table, which unfortunately is not in the sun, but I'm just gonna have my breakfast, which is crackers and cheese, and then I'm ready to start the day. So today I'm planning to go to a place called Ling Hut. Apparently camping there is pretty good, mainly because everything else from there until King Loch Louis, something like that, where I want to stay at the campsite again, one of the last campsites, is apparently very unsuitable for camping because it's too rough terrain. I wanted to go further so that I would have a really short day into the campsite tomorrow, but yeah, unfortunately that's not possible. But so yeah, it's okay that I'm taking my time, and today the weather is stunning. It's fully blue sky, so I'm looking forward to today. I've only just set off, but it's so beautiful and peaceful here. There's the river, the lovely smell of the gorge, the bird sound, the blue sky, the sunshine. Everything is perfect right now. I walked for about 2 hours, so it's time for a break. I got to this really pretty loch surrounded by the hills. I have to go over there, and I have to double check my map, but I think that's the high point for today, and from there it would be going down to Ling Hut, where I want to camp tonight. So yeah, hopefully it will be nice if I get to Ling Hut a bit early just to chill there. And then the plan is to leave really early tomorrow morning so that I can reach the campsite, although I still haven't been able to call them. I mean, I called them, but no one's picking up, so fingers crossed that's all gonna work out. But first I'm gonna sit here for 10-15 minutes just to take a break, give my feet a rest, and then start climbing. Behind me. There's a road going there which I could see all the way from when I was on top, but the loch and the Ling Hut were just hidden by this kind of hilly thing all the time. So this is the first time I'm seeing it, so it's quite a relief that I went down the correct trail. Ling Hut is a private bothy lodge. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but so I can't stay there, but once I get there I'll just keep walking up closer to the road, and wherever I see a good pitch, that will be the place for the night. I made it to Ling's Hut and I pitched up. I'm right next to the hut. Someone else is pitched here as well. So it's the two of us. And I decided to stay here because the next couple of spots are really close to the road. So this feels much more as being in nature, and the view from my tent is incredible. I woke up at 6:30. I set my alarm for 6:30 and packed up my tent and my stuff, and I'm almost ready to go. It was quite cold again last night, but today the day looks pretty good again. Some clouds, but they're quite high up, so it doesn't look like it's gonna rain or that there should be any fog up the mountains. So yeah, let's see, hopefully I'll get to the campsite early and that there'll be a place for me there, and then I can just spend the rest of the day a bit relaxed and preparing for the next stage. But first I gotta put my boots on and start walking. Section is beautiful, but very, very hard going. There's no trail. There hasn't been a trail for, I don't know, 2 kilometers or something, and I've been just skirting around this mountain. Luckily yesterday I downloaded kind of the map from this section, so I can keep an eye out on like which elevation I'm walking, because I wouldn't know how else to navigate with just my map, because I would have no idea how high or low down the mountain I am. So for this section, definitely GPS is very useful, and I have no idea how you would walk this section if they're in very low visibility. With the GPS then still it might be okay, but this is a very challenging section. It's very tiring, and I don't know, I keep checking my phone to make sure I'm not going too low or too high. But yeah, it's going okay, I guess. Finally, I'm on a trail again. That took, I don't know, several hours to get across or around those two mountains. And this is literally just the beginning of a trail. Like, I don't know how that works. But yeah, it's a little climb and then all the way down to Kinlochhui. I think that's what it was called, where hopefully there's a campsite for me. That no pot section may have been really challenging, and definitely not my favorite part. The views here now when I reach this kind of saddle are amazing. The big mountains behind me and very far views in the direction that I'm going. And I guess the route that I took is the only way to get here. So wow, it's so beautiful here. It's really amazing. I made it to the campsite. It's quite a nice place, but there's not many tent spots. There's just 4 pitches available, and I got the 3rd one, and just after me 2 cyclists came in who claimed the last one. So thank God I left early, because otherwise I would not have had a camp spot. But I have one now. I'm very happy, so I'm gonna set up my tent, take a shower. There's a petrol station with a cafe, so I'm gonna see if I can get something nice for lunch there, because it's about 2 o'clock I think. So yeah, that's the plan. I had a lovely shower. I went to the cafe to have lunch, and I'm going back there for breakfast tomorrow. I also went to the general store, which was quite small. They didn't have a lot of variety, but I managed to get some food. So now I'm gonna do some inventory to see if I have everything I need for the next 8 days, or if I need to go buy a bit more. I probably won't be going to the general store again, because like I said, there was not a lot of variety and it was quite expensive. So what I got there for now should be enough. The petrol station just where the cafe is, they also have lots of different stuff. So I think if I feel like I need any more things, I'm gonna go there and buy some more stuff. I couldn't get any like coffees, like just a small single serving pouches. So hopefully, let's see if they have something like that in the petrol station, because I don't think I have enough for 8 days, but maybe I do. So I need to see exactly what I have to plan well the next 8 days, because there's not going to be any store or shop. There's going to be 2 pubs along the way, so if I plan it right, I can have at least 2 meals and yeah, in those pubs. But yeah, now I'm gonna check what I have, what I'm missing. It is about 9:30 and I'm ready to go. I had my breakfast at the cafe again. Now I'm packed up and ready for another beautiful day. It is 12:30, which means I've been walking for about 3 hours and it was high time for a break. I got to this loch. The route doesn't go to the shore, it just kind of goes in a different direction from here, so I thought this would be a good spot to take a break. And since it's 12:30, I'm having my lunch, which is crackers with cheese. I still carry this. I bought this in London, so I've been carrying it for a long time. This first half, I had too much food. I had a lot of food in my bag all the time. So hopefully now I'll actually have enough, but more or less finish it once I reach the shops again in about a week's time. I think from here I have to climb a little bit more. So far the climb was really easy. There was a nice 4x4 trail for the majority of the time, and it was just a very steady, not too steep ascent, and that whole glen was beautiful. It was really enjoyable to come up here. So I think I'm maybe close to halfway to this bothy I'm planning to go to. I kind of thought if there's not going to be anyone or not many people, I may give sleeping in a bothy another go, but we'll see once I get there. So I'm just gonna finish my lunch, look at the map to see how much further exactly, what the route does from here onwards, and then get going again. So time for another break. I think I have about 8 kilometers left until the bothy, so that should be good. I should get there, well, by 5 at least, I think, depending on how easy the walking goes, but it's all downhill and not too steep as far as I can tell, so but so far the day has been perfect. The weather is perfect, the trail has been beautiful and easygoing, not too challenging. Today is really lovely. I'm enjoying a lot of it, like all of it today, and the fact that I'm taking breaks more kind of shows that I feel a bit more relaxed today. As I find it hard to take breaks, I just rather go until I get where I have in mind for the night. But today I feel a bit more relaxed because the weather and the trail is just so good today. See anyone, depending on how it looks on the inside. I think it would be a nice place to stay inside the bothy for once. The place is not bad, but it's a bit dark and there's just one big sleeping platform in like the attic. So I think I'm gonna pitch my tent just next to the bothy. Just sleep in my tent. I'll know I'll sleep well and I can sit inside to cook my dinner if it's too windy. Yeah, it's just a little creepy, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna stay in my tent. I mean, I may wait a while to see if others are coming because it's only around 5 o'clock, so the situation might change if more people come. Or actually it might convince me even more to stay in my tent because, like I said, there's just one big sleeping platform. And I don't want to risk not being able to sleep because someone is snoring. So yeah, I'm gonna stay in my tent but next to the bothy. It is about 7:30 and I'm ready to go. I slept pretty well. I'm almost packed up and it looks like it's gonna be another beautiful day. Today the section itself is 18 kilometers, so I'm hoping to get a good chunk of the next section in today as well, but we'll see how it goes today. I arrived at the road at Gorge, which is just one farm basically, there's nothing else here, but it's a very popular hike. There's a parking area just like a lay-by from the road, so there was nothing much to like sit and have a break there, but I think in the last 12 hours I've seen more people than all of the 10 days combined. Loads of people going up where I've just come down. I think there's a few good Monroes to climb. I'm not sure if that's what most people were doing, but yeah, loads of people going up there. And also in the bothy, in the end there were three tents, so including myself. Then there were at least 6 people in the bothy. They arrived like as late as 10 p.m. some of them. So even in the bothy it was, I think it would have been pretty full. So I'm even more glad that I decided to stay in my tent. But yeah, I'm surprised how many people have gone up here. I didn't really realize there's something particularly special, like more special than all the other days I've been walking. Or maybe it's just a bit more accessible and there's maybe shorter loops available for walking for like a day hike. Because so far all of the walks that I've done, like during the days, they are really big walks. They're not really loops available as far as I could tell. But I have to go along this road for I think about close to 1 kilometer, and then hopefully once I turn off the road there will be a good place for me to take a break. I made it to Inverleil. The descent down was really steep and long, and my knees got knocked by shit. and it was followed by about a kilometer walking along the verge of a busy A road. Well, luckily it was not too busy, so it was fine, but they do drive really fast because it's the main road to Ullapool. I got here just in time for lunch. It is about 1:15, so I'm gonna take a good break. Probably should take my boots off and have crackers with squeezy cheese for lunch. I made it to the beginning of the glen. It is close to 5 o'clock, so it was time to get here. I was getting tired, but I'm close to a river in a big open field, so yeah, I'm gonna pitch my tent right here. Hopefully the wind is not gonna get too bad because, you know, it's very open and it would be exposed with high winds, but I think it should be okay. So I'm going to pitch my tent, make some dinner and lie down. So I pitched my tent and I'm now gonna boil some water to make noodles for dinner. I do need to be careful for ticks though, because there's a lot of traces of deer and maybe also sheep, and I already saw one tick on my shoe, so I need to be careful. Yeah, not to let any ticks in the tent, but also check myself for any ticks tomorrow morning. But yeah, the last section was without any trail, without any path, which was okay. It wasn't too difficult, but I just don't like those sections. I prefer to have a clear path, because without it I just keep doing like these zigzag up and down to try and find the correct place where I need to be. So it's much more tiring than just following a path. But I'm happy to have gotten where I am now, because then tomorrow I should get to, I forgot the name of this hotel where they serve food. So yeah, I'll be sure to get there for dinner tomorrow, maybe even a late lunch. And yeah, have another good meal. I'm already looking forward to that. So now I'm just gonna make my dinner and then lie down, rest my legs and read my book. It is about 7:45 and I'm almost done packing up. I slept pretty well. It was really calm. The only thing is that I was a bit worried about ticks, but in the end it was fine. I saw 2 in total yesterday, so it wasn't too bad, and none in my tent, none on me, so yeah, I didn't need to worry as much. But today is another glorious day. It's clear blue sky. From now to, I again forgot the name, but this hotel, it's mainly level or a bit going downhill. I don't have much climbing to do before reaching the hotel, although a particular section around a loch might be a bit challenging because there's no clear path and it could be pretty boggy, but we'll see once I get there. I've had my coffee, my breakfast, so all I need to do is just finish unpacking the last couple of things, put on my boots and get the walking day started. This section immediately from when I left my camp spot, it's been beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. I'm walking kind of along this gorge with tiny waterfalls, bigger waterfalls, waterfalls coming from side rivers. It's really beautiful here. It's a bit rough going, lots of up and down on yeah, just a footpath. Mostly it's very clear though, but it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful here. I made it to this beautiful loch. It wasn't too bad going. It was quite alright to get here through that beautiful gorge I mentioned before. So from here I need to go a little bit away from the loch to find a 4x4 track and just follow that until I get to the hotel, and I'll pass two bothies along the way. It's beautiful. It's so silent, so many bird song, blue sky. It is another perfect day so far. I am now at Knockdam Bothy, which is pretty big. It has two kind of sleeping areas downstairs and an attic. It's quite nice. I would have stayed here perhaps if it would have been evening. But it's just around, I think about 10:15, so I'm going to take my break here and then keep going towards, I think it's called Oikle Bridge, where the hotel is. So yeah, I'm gonna look at my map, see how far I am, etc. I've made it to the beginning of Oikle Bridge, which isn't much, just a couple of houses and the hotel. Since that bothy knockdamp, I've been keeping a steady pace, and towards the end kind of rushing a little because I really want to get to the hotel for lunchtime, which seems like it's gonna work out because it's close to 1 o'clock, I think. And also the terrain hasn't been there hasn't been a lot of variation. I had at least about 5 kilometers following this 4x4 track over like the moors, kind of moorlands, and then a lot longer, maybe 7 or even 8 kilometers along this dirt road through a bit of woods, which was nice for a change, but it was just a lot of the same. So I just had a quick, I just went as quick as I could, also with the good meal for lunch in mind. But since this is the beginning of Oikle Bridge, I'm gonna now look for the hotel and take a good long nourishing break. I'm just leaving the hotel bar. I had like a nice close to 1.5 hour break, I think, with a lovely sandwich with so much tomato and lettuce and all the good stuff. I hadn't realized how much I missed some fresh vegetables. It was a really lovely place, but it's about getting close to 3 now, I think. So I want to go walk another 2, maybe 3 hours up to a loch and camp there. I just passed the loch and I'm back along the river Oikle, and according to the guidebook there's supposed to be really good camp spots along the river here. I'm really tired. It's been 3 hours since I left that hotel, so it's around 6 p.m. now, and I really just want to pitch my tent and get my feet up. But so far I don't really see, I mean I see some potential places, but it looks quite well, not really that flat, so I'm not too sure what to do, how much further to go. I think I'll walk a little further and then I'll just, even if it's not perfect, it will just have to do for one night. I've pitched my tent. Initially I didn't think it was such a good spot, but now my tent is there. It's pretty nice actually, and it's not too wobbly with the high grasses, so yeah, it looks pretty good. Hopefully the wind is not gonna get too strong because I'm not pitched the right way for a short bit, but we'll see how it goes. I'm now gonna quickly boil some water to make noodles for dinner, and then just lie down, read, and get my feet fully relaxed because they're quite sore today. It is about 7:45 and I'm ready to go. I am all packed up. It's again another beautiful day. I've been so lucky thus far. I can't imagine how this trip would have been if it would have been a lot of rain. So I feel so lucky that it's just another beautiful day. I'm already quite far into this section, so I might be able to push out close to 1.5 section for today. So I'm heading towards Glendu Bothy. Although there's a Bothy about 6 kilometers I think before that, and that might actually be also a very good place for the day. So that's kind of what I'm going for, but I'm not in a rush, so if I don't get there, I don't get there. That's perfectly fine. But the day is lovely, so I should be able to do some nice walking today. About 1 kilometer away from the end of this section, so I thought with this beautiful view it's time to take a break. It is past 3 o'clock and I'm quite a good way towards the Bothy. I can already see a little bit of the loch where I'm headed. I had a very steep climb up a very rocky path, but the guidebook said today was quite one of the toughest days, but I quite enjoyed it. But then again, the weather's been really good. It would be different if it was raining or low visibility. And today is also actually the first day where it's kind of more difficult to get water because it's been so dry the last 2 weeks, and maybe even already before that, I don't know. But here you can see a lot of burns, areas where there should be rivers, waterfalls, but it seems to be almost dry. And also the river in the bottom, I can hear the sound of it, but I don't see the water. I just see a rocky riverbed. Finally, my feet are very sore. I'm not sure, I thought it's the bigger building, but they're doing some construction work, so let's see what's happening. And there should be kind of a beachy place, a good shoreline, where I'm probably gonna pitch my tent because I want it to dry out anyway, and it will be with a beautiful view, which I won't see if I sleep inside the Bothy. So I'm just making excuses why I don't want to sleep in a Bothy even before I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm gonna check out the Bothy and look for a place to pitch my tent, make dinner, get my feet up, because they're really sore. I don't think they've been as sore as they are now. The Bothy is pretty nice, but I'm gonna pitch right here next to the shore. Because it's just too beautiful to not experience like this. Also, two kayakers just came and they are gonna stay in a boat, and it's not that big, so it will be quite cozy if I join them in a little room. This is such a beautiful place, it's amazing. So camping is the right way to go here. I am pitched up. I'm enjoying the view from my tent with a bit of sunshine every now and then. Just snacking on some biscuits and some candy. In about 15 minutes or so, I'll start boiling water for noodles for dinner, and I'll have the hot chocolate as well. It is about 7 in the morning and I've just had my breakfast, which was coffee with some oat cake and biscuits because I really couldn't eat porridge anymore. So I've tried it in different ways, like I had it hot in the morning, I made it the evening before, kind of as an overnight oats kind of thing, but it was just a struggle to eat it. I really didn't like it. So yeah, I switched to these oat cakes and biscuits, which worked a lot better. At least it's nice enough to eat in the morning. So I'm now going to start packing up, although I don't want to leave. It's so pretty here. I have quite a long day ahead of me, so I don't think I'll get all the way to what's it called? Rhino Shock? No, I forgot the name. Because it's 30 kilometers, but apparently very rough terrain. So I might stop a little bit before that, and then yeah, walk to Sandwood Bay via Kinlochverby the next day. So that means just 3 more days until I reach the actual Cape Wrath. It might rain a little later today, although it doesn't look like it. It's another beautiful day, but we'll see. So I'm going to start packing up, and then unfortunately I will have to leave this amazing place. It is 7:45 and I'm all packed up and ready to go. So I'm going to skirt around here along the bay for just a little while before going over to another part of the sea loch, which had a different name, I just forgot it. It took me all about 5 minutes of walking before I changed into my t-shirt. It is actually quite warm, even though it's still early. And most of the whole Cape Wrath trail mainly goes inland. Like, I think this is the second time I was staying at the sea loch, but still quite inland. But this is the first time now that I can see the open sea in the distance, which is incredible because, you know, it really means I'm close to the end. If all goes to plan, tomorrow night I'll be staying at Sandwood Bay, which is directly at the coast and just 10 kilometers from Cape Wrath. And now seeing the sea, the open sea, I don't know, it gives me a bit more energy because I'm really kind of done with the trail. I think that's like one of those psychological things that when you're almost finished, or you know you're getting really close to the end, everything is just getting sore and you're feeling tired and lack of energy. And I'm definitely feeling that. I mean, I'm still definitely enjoying it because it's beautiful, but I am really looking forward to the end. So I'm really counting down just 2 more nights and then I'll be at Cape Raft. I'm getting close to the Bothy Glendu, which is where the next stage starts. And it's taking me longer than I expected to get over this hill. But it's beautiful and I'm not there yet. I still need to skirt around the loch to get to the Bothy. I underestimated at least this bit a little. But I can see I have to go follow the loch side on the other side of the water. And there I can see a very clear track. So at least that bit should be easy enough to walk. Lodge. Doesn't seem anyone is here, and there's a nice picnic table just outside of the lodge and like 10 meters away from the trail, so I thought that's too good of an opportunity to not take advantage of, even though I'm technically not sure if I'm now on private property. But it is time for lunch. It's already a bit late and my feet are quite sore, but yeah, so I should take a quick break. So I'm gonna take my boots off just to get my feet a bit more relaxed and have my lunch, which again is oat cakes, crackers with cheese. And then I'm gonna look at the map, see how far I might still get today. I'm not too sure because, yeah, like I said, my feet are already quite sore, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do or how much more I'm going to do. We'll see. I didn't take a very long break, maybe 15-20 minutes, because it's still 15 kilometers to Resupplying, but between here and there's not much of camp spot opportunities as far as I can tell, because there's not any like level ground. It's all quite kind of going through, yeah, following a river or a narrow loch, where it seems on the map it's quite steep, like the edges. And not that I know any place to stay in Resupplying either, but yeah, so there is a chance that I won't find anywhere suitable for another 3, maybe 4 hours, depending on how the terrain is. So that's something. We'll see. Maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe I'll find a good spot, like 5 kilometers or something before Resupplying. That will be ideal, I think. I put my boots back on and I'm gonna go walk again. And today it has been perfect all day. It hasn't rained at all, even though the forecast said it might around noon, I think. So again, very lucky. I just got close to the first loch where there's not much of a trail and supposed to be very boggy. Just this past section was as well, but I think another reason why I've been so lucky that it's been so dry, that the bogs were not really there. You could see that it used to be very wet ground, but it wasn't too bad. until I made one step and I went up to my knee into a bog, and this time I felt it a bit in my sock as well. The first time that I get slightly a wet a wet patch on my feet. Unless it's gonna get a lot worse, it hasn't been too bad, so we'll see, yeah, how it goes. But definitely this is the kind of environment I saw on the map, so it's all quite steep going into the loch, so camping options are going to be very limited, I think. So I may have to push all the way to the hotel anyway and see if I can camp around there. But yeah, I still have about 2 hours probably at least to go, so we'll see. I am close to the hotel and just now it started raining a little, but I think another 1.5, maybe 2 kilometers and I should be there, and then hopefully they'll have a table with some good meal. It is almost 6 p.m. and I've made it to the hotel, so let's see what food they've got, if they want to serve us any. The pub yesterday evening, well, the hotel wasn't a public bar, so we couldn't get any drinks there, no food, nothing. And then just a little bit beyond the hotel, behind the police station, we were able to pitch our tent. So there were 3 tents together last night. But it was a beautiful spot, but so windy. I barely slept. It was just so loud, the wind on the tent. And this morning it was still very windy. I'm now just sheltered behind the public toilet building. But yeah, it was just so windy still in the morning that I didn't bother boiling any water for coffee or anything. It is close to 8 o'clock, I think, which is when the shop opens, which is about 2 kilometers walk. From there I'll go into the town, Kinloch Burvey, and I'm just gonna go get breakfast at the cafe there, and then slowly make my way towards Sandwood Bay for the last night before reaching Cape Wrath. Just did some last shopping at the London stores for like about 3 days worth of food. Got some yogurt and apples, so I'm having a pre-breakfast before continuing into Kinloch Burvey for the cafe and a full breakfast.
Graduate scheme or something. He's a clever lad, like, you know.
Which is where I'm going to camp tonight. It's a bit windy, maybe it's gonna get a bit quieter. It's still, I don't know, midday or something, maybe 1 o'clock. I haven't checked the time, but yeah, so I'm just gonna chill here for the rest of the night, for the rest of the afternoon, sleep here, and then tomorrow do the final 10 kilometers or maybe 11 because I need to walk along the bay to Cape Wrath. The actual Cape Wrath seems to be a bit in the clouds, but maybe tonight, if I don't fall asleep too early, I might be able to see the light from the lighthouse. Today was a very chill day. I think I got to this Sandwood Bay around 3 p.m. Maybe even before that, but somewhere around that time. And from then on, I just been sitting, reading, watching the beautiful ocean. Yeah, just really relaxing. I walked maybe about 4 hours today, so like half a day's walk. And now it is about 9:15, so I'm just waiting to see the sun set, and then I'm going to go to sleep, because tomorrow I want to be just a little bit quicker. So usually I get up around 6:30 and leave around 7:30. I'm gonna try a half an hour earlier, just because the bus system is a bit tricky. They say everyone is gonna get a lift, but it's first come first serve. And even though I'm not in a hurry, I just don't want to risk having to stay at Cape Wrath for the night, because then it would just be a really long wait. So I rather take the bus back tomorrow, or like take the bus and the ferry to get the bus to Inverness the day after. It's quite a trip to get back. But yeah, so I'm just gonna continue to watch the sunsets, which is gonna happen in the next 10 minutes or so probably, and then I'm gonna go to sleep for the final day tomorrow. I'm getting ready for the final day on the Cape Wrath trail. It's a beautiful morning. I woke up even earlier than I planned, but it was just so beautiful that I just got up, made myself a coffee, 2 coffees today actually, because I had one extra since I didn't make my own yesterday. So I just had 2 coffees, had my the biscuits for as breakfast. And my tent is pretty wet from condensation, so hopefully if I just take it easy, by the time I'm ready to pack up my tent it will be more or less dry because of the sun. And then yeah, let's go for the last 10 kilometers or so. Usually it takes around 4 hours to get to Cape Wrath, although the actual Cape Wrath is fully in clouds from where I'm standing now, so we'll see how much how much of the surroundings I can see once I get there. It's a beautiful day for the last day on the trail. It is about 7 o'clock and I'm ready to go. This may be my earliest start of the whole trip. Usually it's around 7:30 or closer to 8. But yeah, it's a beautiful day, and I feel very energized. I slept really well because there was not much wind during the night, so I slept really calm. So yeah, let's go to Cape Wrath. It's still a bit cloudy here, but I'm glad to be here. And now I'm gonna go into the cafe, and there's quite a lot of people, so let's see what to walk with the minibus to get away from here. But yeah, it's been incredible. I've been so lucky with the weather. It's been amazing. I think it would have been a completely different experience if it wasn't so sunny and nice, and such beautiful camp spots, such beautiful trails every day. Yeah, this really amazing experience. Beautiful area here.